This project aims to investigate Roman pottery production in the Tang Hall area of York. There is a Roman kiln site which produced pottery in Tang Hall, which was excavated in the 1980s. The York Archaeological Trust finds this Roman pottery when we excavate sites in the city. We wanted to discover what life was like in Tang Hall all of those years ago. We did some experimental archaeology to experience how pottery would have been made during the Roman period. We start with a survey of Tang Hall residents to see what pottery remains have been left behind by past inhabitants. I'm Jen Jackson, I'm the Community Engagement Manager for the Yorvik Group and for the York Archaeological Trust. We're working with Tang Hall Big Local, a project that's encouraging people to find out more about their area and to find ways of improving it and make improvements for the future so it's a better place to live.
This is about building capital in the community and encouraging people to get involved on something they may have seen on telly like Time Team and actually believe that there's value in them coming forward as well and actually being interested in their own areas.
This particular project today, we're asking people to bring pottery along to see if they found any pottery or finds from their garden that would tell us and give us any clues about people who lived here in the past.
The Tang Hall estate was built in the 1920s, but we know across the top of Heworth Road there's a Roman road, so there could be quite interesting bits of ceramics.
One woman brought in a piece of a humberware jug or jar or cistern, and it was lucky that we just happened to bring a pot in from the collections at York Archaeological Trust, which we could match the sherd against almost perfectly. A child might have picked a little piece like this and played with it because they may not have afforded to have dolls and lots of other toys.
Hasn't it?
So it's sweet, yes. I'm not quite sure whether that was in Staffordshire or where it was made, but the 19th century. These to me, this one in particular, actually have we got the humberware? That big jug, not big jug, the big cistern rather, with the two handles, is actually of the same fabric. And we also know that it comes from the bottom of the jug or cistern, because usually they just glaze the top, the shoulder and the top and a little bit over the handle. And we know that where the drips occur, they occur on the lower wall, the lower body wall. So we know that's why. Because we might be able to display that with that humberware vessel. And they were made in Warmgate and Bluebridge Lane, and as well as the East Yorkshire. So that's the find that's particularly interesting to me.
That particular
so
one?
if you put that down as a humberware body sherd with runs of slip and glaze or something like that. If it was a little bit bigger and had a rim or a base or a handle or something, we might have been able to be a little bit more specific. And the date of that, I think we should say late 14th to 15th century. So that's lovely, really interesting. And you've got your 17th century pipes.
So the idea is that we are trying to find ways to get people to think about where they're living, because we all get swept up in our everyday life and living and moving around space, but we don't spend very much time thinking about who's been here in the past and who has lived in this area before we have come along.
Okay, I'm Byron Angel. I'm a member of the reenactment community within the UK. I'm portraying a Batavian centurion. The idea is to authentically recreate the army as best we can. This actual blade, not the actual scabbard, but the blade itself is a reproduction of one in the Leeds Armoury. And you'll notice it's got a slightly reinforced tip.
How have people responded generally to coming in with bits they might have had for years or bits they found recently? How do they respond when they find out a bit of its history?
I think they seem very excited, and particularly a couple of children who hadn't actually brought any material in were thrilled to look at the Roman teaching collection and compare the cards which are numbered with the sherds that are numbered. And it was hard to keep the cards in order while they were looking through, because they were rushing around picking up sherds and putting them back and what's this? What's this?
90?
There it is. This one has got a number on it. Can you read that? The other thing they used it for is fish paste. I don't know if you ever tried fish paste.
That's an awful lot of fish paste.
Yeah.
Well, that, you could have your soup in that, couldn't you, or your porridge?
So number 22, yes, well done, with a nice rim.
What would you put in that bowl that you would like to eat? Beans or ice cream?